Hello, you beautiful essence. Welcome to Friday the 13th, but day 12 of Inktober for me. I was supposed to do this one digitally, but life happened. Didn't end up doing it yesterday. I'm not gonna get down on myself because normally I would be like upset that I haven't been completing each challenge each day. But at least I'm still doing it. You know, at least I'm not quitting while I'm not even ahead, but yeah. So, my take on the word spicy was, I didn't want to go a typical, pepper route. Like, I was thinking doing a jalapeno pepper, and that was just so boring. I knew that other people would be doing that. Because it's just like, it's the first thing that comes to your mind, and compositionally, it's so simple that I just was like, I want to do something else. And so I was inspired by, the Spiderwick Chronicles, if you know what that movie is, and they have, these weird creatures and stuff, and I really wanted to take the word spicy and turn that into a little spicy character, but I didn't want to go pepper, so I was like, well, there's lots of spices. Like, spicy doesn't have to be something that's hot and spicy, but it could just be any spice. So I was just like, okay, what spice? And I just chose clove. I think I was browsing some other spices, and I was just like thinking, well, maybe let's try some cloves. And so I decided to draw this Clove Fairy. Yeah, so she's like inspired by the clove plant. And her fingers are cloves, her head is a clove. Yeah, and that's how she was born. I also saw some inspiration on Pinterest, because it's always Pinterest, isn't it? I saw some inspiration on Pinterest of these fairies drawn out. I don't know the artist's name, but they're really pretty drawings and stuff, and I was a little inspired by that too, along with Spiderwick Chronicle art, and that's where this character was birthed. And she's supposed to be like a fashionista. I wanted it to make it also inspired by fashion, those really tall, lanky fashion watercolor sketches. So she's kind of inspired by that too. Lots of inspiration for this one, and I was really happy with it. And then I saw some process shots of cloves at different stages of their growth. And so I wanted to add that in there as a little bit of realism, and just to add more visual elements to the overall design. So I have a bit of a flowering phase, some clove spices dried out on their own, and I don't even know what these are representing. I saw some other sketches of cloves, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna add those into this design. And then I added text as well, and the text is pretty much I wanted to take a witchy metaphysical taste on it, correspondences. So I read up on some correspondences of clove, and I basically told it in a way where this Clove Fairy will grant you her powers if you ask nicely. And it gets kind of gruesome, because there's a point where it's if you grind her up into a paste, then she will you can use her as an ointment to heal your physical aches and pains, because I read that clove has some healing properties, and it's a little bit numbing, so it creates a calming effect on your skin and stuff. So yeah, that was that part of it. And What else did I do? Oh yeah, and then I added like dot work. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm adding dots onto the drawing, and it took a while and you can barely see it. I think I got a little carried away with the exposure on this one. It's way too bright. You can't see much, but I kind of wanted to hide the sketch layer in a way, because the sketch layer kind of like gives away what I'm doing, and it takes away, like, there's magic in the sketching phase of something. Like, you see it forming from nothing, and that's really cool. I think that's the best part, but the reason why I don't film it is because it feels weird knowing that the camera is recording that process, and so like it takes me a longer time, and also the angle that I have to have my canvas while I'm working is not really comfortable for me because it's a little too far up my desk, and that's the only place where I can get it so where I have it in the shot properly. And so for me it's a little bit uncomfortable, so I just do the sketch off camera and then ink it on camera. So I was thinking if I can have the exposure up a little bit more, I can hide the sketch layer so it looks a little bit more magical when it's being inked on, because then you see like a white canvas, like a blank canvas, and then the artwork is appearing. Maybe it's a little bit insincere, but I prefer to see a sketch phase, and maybe I'll get to that point where I'll draw the sketch phase, but it's just a lot of footage. First of all, just too much footage to work with, and I don't have the talking power to talk through all of that. I'm struggling even now to keep up like conversation with you. Like, what are we gonna talk about, Essence, aside from this is what I'm doing? I would like to give a tutorial though, but I think from the beginning the camera wasn't focusing properly, so it was a little bit hard to say this is how you do this when you can't really see what I was doing anyway. But yeah, I'd actually plan out, because these are literally just a speed paint. How am I gonna like tell you how to do speed paint? I don't know. But this, if you want to do, I could give a tutorial on like planning out a design for a field guide. Like, I'm in school for design, so learning how to know where to place things on like a piece of paper or on anything is like what I'm learning to do and what I've been doing my entire life. So I could give a tutorial on that maybe. And yeah, here's me erasing the work once I've inked everything and it dries. I just erase all the pencil lines so it looks a lot cleaner, and you see it for the final thing. And I was really happy with how this turned out. It was exactly like my digital sketch. In some cases a bit better, and definitely like polished more than that one. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks, bye.